Welcome and hello everyone. Good day and thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Antihero and I welcome you to our third video in the Let's Play series of Daemon Blackfyre during the first Blackfyre Rebellion. As of now, we are at 29% of war score, and what we want to do is not engage this army as I was planning because King Daeron is there and he is our rival, so we want to go there. We want to engage him directly. This will be one, but we can't because Lord Alan of the Reach is coming in, and he knows that Lord Mathis and the Richmond army are joining in as well, together with the army of Lord Paramount, Daemon Lannister. So we need to get over here. We need to get to Bramsfold and win this battle. Secondly, we've heard news from the south, from our allies, the Ironwoods, that they weren't able to, you see Ironwood over here, Ironwoods, that they weren't able to stop the Dornish army, and the Dornish army is coming for Blackheart, and they will try to siege it. We can once again try to call him in, he will not join, but for role-playing reasons, we will. He will pay dearly for not honoring his alliance. As you can see, I'm not an army commander right now, which is strange, because we should be. So I say resign, and I say put him in. We want. He's already fighting with us. Very good. That's unfortunate. Agar is tutoring two of our kids, Aenys and Daemon. We want, however, to have Bertrand Redtusk. Not, like, Organizer isn't that good a trade. He is, however, an unyielding man. But we want him in case we are slowed down over here and the game will just by default go game over because of the Dornish army sieging us and taking our kids. It will give them 50% for Mill Harris, which is Aemon and Aegon. He is ruthless and he is arbitrary. Why? Why are you arbitrary? I hope we can strap him on a birch and beat it out of him. Okay, so last video I asked you, like, do you like the immersion? Do you like me to continue doing that? If you do, please say so, and I will continue doing that. Brynden Rivers, Blood River. You should end your plot. You will not. That is unfortunate, my friend. He will once we win. So I ask you if you would like to see more immersion in the sense of, I unfortunately cannot join your war at the time. Yes, we know you are a craven man. He's winning this. That's good. Join. So I figured, like, you see, we are winning. The Paynes are joining in as well. Good, Lord Payne, good. How many men do you have? Join the party. We don't have such a huge war score yet, but we will, especially after this battle. And you will see that people, because of the stacking war score, they will actually start joining in because they're like, he could really become king. We don't want to end up on the wrong side and appear as traitors. It's always a question, in a sense, like, if people are traitors or not, depending on the outcome of the battle. The what ifs. The what ifs. There's a great story on that. Anyhow, please go down. You are going to Tumbleton. Yes, and then we'll go here. You have to, unfortunately. I'm not sure how that battle is going to go because we don't have any allies here. I hope we can get a third flank in, which would be very good. Or one of our male family members needs an education. We want you to be educated by Sir Bertrand. Sir Bertrand is still with us, is he not? Yes, he's still with us. This is good. We have allies. We have allies with us. So instead of, like, talking immersion constantly, like, about the personal history of all of the characters, if you want to hear about a particular character, you can always ask me. That's not a problem. I will gladly do it. Sometimes it's nicer to hear a story than to just look it up yourself. But for this episode, our focus will be Dragon Axe. Two people have Dragon Axe currently in the world, which is Aerion or Aerion Brightflame, who is the son of Maegor, who would become Maegor the First upon the Iron Throne. And Aerion Brightflame was a certified psychopath. He would go up to his older brother in a room at night and would put a knife against his private parts and tell him, like, I would like you to cut off your dick in order to make you into my sister instead of my brother so I can marry you. Like, isn't that insane? So he would die in like a legendary like moment of insanity, like kind of showing like how bad the madness of House Targaryen could be, because he wanted to turn himself into a dragon and he drank wildfire and he died. He died and he left one son. I'm not sure what became of him. I have to look that up. Secondly, someone else who has a dragon egg is one of our allies, Ambrose of Butterwell, who was a vassal to one of our allies, so me, the Dragons. So Lord Lucas Loston has a man under him, Ambrose Butterwell, who was the Lord of White Walls. Butterhall, Castle Butterhall, but it would be known as White Walls. Why? Lord Escarot, Lord over here. Okay. Harrenhal. Tumulus Falls. Which other titles do you have? And the castle. White Walls, yeah, here you have it. White Walls, the county capital. So he had a dragon egg which he got from his grandfather, and I think he got it from his grandfather. Got it from. He died in 8173. That was. Was that during the reign of Aegon the Unworthy? Let's look at the history. Yeah. Yeah. He got it in 873, and he died in 8184. So yeah, Aegon the Unworthy probably gave him a dragon egg because he liked people who appeased and flattered and suited him, and he probably gave the dragon egg. So Lord Ambrose Butterwell, what he did was hold a tourney when he got married to his second wife, Lady Frey, no real name specified, and no first name specified, but she was a lady of House Frey. And what happened was that he made it into this prize, which the winner of the White Walls tourney, which was held in the honor of his second marriage, like a wedding feast, he would receive that egg. They did not, however, because it disappeared. It disappeared. She will be groomed for educated court. She will be groomed for like a courtier. It's like a diplomatic kind of career or education path, because I'm already tutoring it that way, so that's like the smartest thing to do. And I totally forgot to start my timer. So this might be a little bit longer, this video, so we might get some more gameplay in. Anyhow, it's very much tied up into this history. Why? Because Ag, or Aegon the Unlikely, who became king after the Great Council was gathered to select an heir to the Iron Throne, because it wasn't like a clear-cut decision. And Aemon, who we know, Maester Aemon, who we know from the series as well, declined and said Aegon should become king. So Aegon the Unlikely, or Ag, became king, and he was there at White Walls, and he tried to get the egg for House Targaryen, because he was very much obsessed with restoring the dragons to House Targaryen, because he felt the lords didn't take him serious when he was a king, and would have taken him more seriously, and he would be more revered, respected, feared, if he had had that dragon egg, and he had had dragons. And he was a very good king for the small folk. He grew up amongst the small folk in King's Landing, and he wanted to pass many a reform to improve their situation. He was a squire. He's from the Hedge Knight series, or the Ag and Duncan series. He appears in the books The Hedge Knight, The Sworn Sword, and The Mystery Knight. And he would perish, which ties us right back into our series at Summerhall, where he would try to hatch an egg, and he would perish in an explosion which ensued. And he would perish with Duncan the Tall, Sir Duncan the Tall, who is, as I said, a very important figure within the canon, and his son, who was he called Ag? I might be mistaken there, but he's the prince of the dragonflies who married for love, and he perished as well. And it was the same day that Rhaegar, the Dragon Knight, and Rhaegar Targaryen, who would be killed in a personal duel between him and Lord Robert Baratheon, in Robert's rebellion. He was born on that same day. As he drew in his first breath, the tragedy of Summerhall ensued. That's how it's put. And he would come often to the ruins of Summerhall to play his harp and to compose poetry. Since he was a very studious literate soul, before it became apparent for him that he should train to become a better fighter, because he knew something was up. And this has something to do with the Targaryen ability for foresight. It ties into many theory that's going on, as well as many theories surrounding Jon Snow. But enough spoilers. Once again, if you're not in for spoilers, say the word. I will just refer to the canon, which has already been decided, so nobody will feel spoiled. Feel spoiled, yeah. So that's it. So the egg disappeared. It's unsure what happened to it. But that was the character focus of today. So let's get back to the actual gameplay. We want to engage Dorne because they will. Those ratty bastards. Oh my god. I kind of want to engage them. We have allies with us. 325. It might be worth it to engage them. We will. Aerys Blackfyre should be room for command. It doesn't matter. It's not a question of if you have the wealth or not, luckily, because otherwise it will be so untimely, since it determines such a great deal. We are ambitious. We are gregarious. We are honorable and rebel leader. So in terms of immersion, do we want Aemon, our son, to be humble? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. There is no way to get ahead. Yeah, we would say that. We would say that. Even though he was humble in a sense, you know, like he fought like one of the greatest knights of the realm on the Battle of Radgrass Field, and he actually perished because he was so honorable and doing the honorable thing. That doesn't have to do with being humble, though. Perhaps so. That's no way to go ahead. We have to do that. Did he become proud? He became humble. He became humble regardless. Well, he has his own personality. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, we'll take care of that. Let us see. Let us see. Yeah. So we will try to engage Dorne, who will be coming to Blackhaven. We want to engage them. Mountains, mountains. We don't want to attack from another kind of type of terrain, from hills into mountains or not. We want to be in mountains as well. So we're going to try and arrange that. We don't have any army levies. We cannot hire a septon, unfortunately, because we don't have the money. We would normally. It's just a matter of appointing someone. So we'll engage. We got 62% war score. We really need to keep a close eye on the AI before they do something stupid, you know? So this is very risque, what I'm doing over here. Because it might just mean that, you know, a huge stack comes in and they totally fumble it up. That's a very polite way of saying what I wanted to say. He's gonna appear in Ironwood. We kind of scared them off. I don't like the thought. Excellent, Lord Saucefield. Titus Saucefield. How many men are you gonna bring to the table? You're just joining in because you know we're gonna win this war. By all accounts of it, we will. He will bring 3,000 men to the table. Excellent. Even though we know you're just scared. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just do whatever you want. Sarets, join in. We're not going to mark these people up. Why not? Because it's already at 62%. They just rats leaving a sinking ship. That's what they are. And that's okay. They're allowed to be like that. But they will not receive any special treatment because of it. Yeah, arrive in Blackhaven. Come on, we'll just wait here for a moment. Just see what happens. Rusby. I think that was the... No, just imprisoned. So annoying. So annoying. I don't think I have a large enough stack to actually do something about it. I'm not sure, actually, but you don't want him to siege Blackhaven or Blackheart because... Yeah, Fountain... Just let him go. Let him pass by. Do what you need to do. He's gonna go over here, which will be more advantageous for us. Why? Because he will no longer be in mountains. We'll have allies. The Swifts joined in. He will bring 2,500 extra men to the table. We're gonna win this war, people. I'm gonna still knock, but we're gonna win this war. We're gonna win this war. Do we have a counting war score? We hold Maegor Targaryen prisoner, but it will not give us, like, how do you say? Yeah, counting war score. Is that what it is? I'm not sure anymore. Let him. Go. When he passes us, Amberley, go. He died from severe maiming, Daenerys Targaryen, but he would not have produced any heirs whatsoever. He was married to the Penroses, so perhaps that means that his alliance with the Penroses ended. No. We should have checked before. Aemon Blackfyre. It suits his position. I would actually prefer Aemon over Aegon because he's ruthless. We are educating him, so it suits his position. No, that will not do. We are ambitious, but more than that, we are unsure what is better for the realm because Aegon is ruthless. He's a ruthless little boy, and we don't want that. So what we're going to do now is our sons are with us, but we cannot force them to train if we are leading an army. From an RPG perspective, we would, however, even during the skirmish, so we'll force to train. My son has not improved. He gains 1 intrigue. We will force you to train as well. By forcing, I made him a better... He's become ruthless as well. That's how I made him ruthless. By forcing my son to fight, I've made him a better man. Many of the Marines around the court are paying attention to him now. Lustful. Overzealous. He got wounded. Hagon. We cannot force him to train. No. Okay, so that's it. He's going to Dalston's Keep. No, we want him. So what we're going to do now is kind of see if we can force him. If we're going to Amberley. He's no longer guardian of Princess Shira Seastar, who was a lover of Brynden Rivers. She's not yet a lover. I think, like in one of my playthroughs, he impregnated her at age 14. Yes, good boy. Okay, so we'll give them a little bit of war score, so we're gonna hunt him. Yes, go there. Good boy. Well, 1st of August, 14th of August. Yes, you go there. King's Landing of 8th of August, 14th. 2nd. We've got him. Yes. Now we've got him. We totally have him. Yeah, I don't care, man. Like, you're way too late to the party. Yes, we know. We know that you're going to join up. We know you're scared. That's cool. They don't need any help. Do we have any big stacks? Yeah, we have a big stack from the Westlands. But is he doing something? He is not my ally. He's his liege still. Okay. You can see that actually will turn independent when they do so. Okay, so let's wrap this war up. Let's see if we can actually... I pray for wisdom. 1 learning for 1 gold? Sure. They will start sieging them. That's good. No big stacks, with the exception of he is sieging this one. Why? Because the Pain has joined us. Aegon Blackfyre, he's just dense. No, we want him to become diligent. We are ambitious, so we would. And now all we should do is get a stack in War Score. However, King's Landing is way too hard to siege. Since we have a claim on Dragonstone, what we could do is siege Driftmark over here. Or Claw ISO, I'm sorry, Driftmark is over here. We could do that. Or we could just sit on the Iron Throne. That is what we would do, right? We will do that. That is just what we would do. Unfortunately, it's easier to just siege through these smaller, like from a gaming perspective, you would probably go here and assault, which would give us like 5% to 10% each time we would like conquer something, and would really easily end the war. However, from an RPG perspective, we would go to, you see, leading troops in King's Landing. Of course you are, my friend. We wouldn't put commanders there. Why not? Because it pops, you know, it sets up the possibility of receiving siege events, which will, well, kill your man, and you don't want that. So, from a gaming perspective, you wouldn't put commanders here. Let me see for one moment who is leading. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. So everyone, come and join. It's a party. Just see what happens over here. No big armies, with the exception of Sir Oswald here, but that's just what it is. And you can just see what just happened. King Daeron of Daeron II joined Lord Paramount General of the Blackfyre Rebellion. Ouch. He is going to bring 25,000 men to the table. He hasn't raised. We're not sure if he has raided anything. So before they come, we should be able to siege this. Hopefully. Let me just make a save point in case we win, if we lose again, because otherwise it will just be a tormentous thing to do an entire playthrough again, because I already died before. Why? Because they seized Blackheart. And it just ended, because somehow I got, Daemon wasn't flagged as a commander anymore for some stupid reason. And he wasn't a commander anymore, so he was at Blackheart, and he was there with his kids, and so the war was over immediately. Like, I was imprisoned. And I was like, why? Because I flagged him as a commander. This is not right. Talking to a game about being not right. So yeah, anyhow, the main plan after winning this siege and putting ourselves on the Iron Throne are, of course, dealing with our rivals, mending the Great Schism, starting that process, so marrying every one of the male members of the male Targaryen line, with claims, or without, to female Blackfyre members matrilineally. Secondly, mending Great Schism, we want to divorce our wife, Roxanne, Lady Roxanne Rohan of Tyrosh, because I'm honorable, but he is in love with Daenerys Targaryen, and her father did not honor us, so we will not honor him. Thirdly, that's why we need to deal with Maron of Dorne, and we need to imprison him. So we will probably start like a small rebellion, and there will be like independence war by Dorne, since he will rebel, since we don't hold him prisoner, unfortunately. So if we have the war score, we could perhaps go to Dorne and get him as well. So if we already have him, it will be easier to implement all that I said before. I'm sorry. My apologies for that. No. We aren't temperate at all, but we should talk about him to moderation. He's gained a temperate trait. We are a military man after all. Temperance is a virtue, it is. We are not a glutton. We would say temperance is a virtue. He's diligent, he's temperate. Vassal payment plus 10, minus 10. The rest is just... Let us see. Are there any more options? Repay a loan? No. So we'll just have to see through this. It's just a waiting game right now. Oh, Lord Daemon of Blackfyre, I see just cause in your struggle against your enemies. I will take up arms and stand beside you. A little late, Lynn Belmore. But we'll remember this. So that's excellent. Daemon Blackfyre, I really... The point is now, House Frey has joined as well. Orland of House Frey. He was shy, so he was shy to come. It just, you know, game-wise, it means that we cannot flag them as traitors, but we don't owe them anything. We don't owe them nothing. We're gonna win this war, people. Yeah, I know now. We are really gonna win this war. This just doesn't matter. It's so insignificant against like the enormous war score we have. And we have about 12,000 additional troops here. We are with 20k. So we're gonna win this war. I hope the game and mechanics allow for everything to go as we planned. Yeah. Grim, sure. But I'm unaware of if it will. If it will. We have him. Daeron is imprisoned. We can still not demand anything, which is good. But we won, people. So this seems like an excellent point to stop the video. So we won the war. The only thing we have to do now is offer peace. And there we go. Daeron Waters. So because of the war ending and our claim and the foundation or the argumentation that our claim was built upon, he has now been denoted as a bastard. And you can see that from Aegon IV, having Aegon IV the Unworthy as his father, he has switched to having Lord Commander Aemon the Dragon Knight as his father, who was slain by Lord Miles of Summerfield in personal combat. There's a really interesting story between him and his sister Daenerys, and how Aegon treated them. Maegor at court in Starfall. So you can see that everybody is like, all of the people are fleeing. That's my timer. All of the people are fleeing after we have our vassals beneath us again. Yeah, he goes to Lord Lionel Dandarion, which is a very cool name, who's a homosexual. Like this game is so politically incorrect at some points. Like his vassals will like him less because he's a homosexual. And yeah, so he has been noted as a bastard right now. Because we won the war, that was our claim. We fought him, we won, so we were right. History is always determined by the victor. Is that correct? The victor. Yeah, who is victorious. Yeah. So we are no longer a rebel leader anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any comments, please put it down in the comment section below. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to. You would help me tremendously in like continuing this series, because then I would feel validated. I got 3 subscribers right now, and even that alone, like 3 people watching a video of yours is just fun. I like it. I really enjoy it. To have other people being interested in the same thing. Yeah. So in the next video, we'll deal with the consequences of the war. We'll see what happens. If the game mechanics allow for all of the story narrative that we want to impose upon it. But let's congratulate ourselves with determining history in a different way. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, my name is Antihero, and thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.